She's seeing all the things I'm saying about her behind her back. The tension rises all over again, and then you have to wait more.
It was messy. And then I talked to Johnny. He's like, yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. And I was just getting ready to text her. And then you saw
10 years. So it's like, it does make it really easy. Like we just all know each other and each other.
Brace yourselves for some jaw-dropping news, shaking up the Kardashian universe. Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker's marriage has officially hit the rock, and the drama behind their breakup is more intense than anyone could have predicted. Once celebrated as Hollywood's ultimate punk rock power couple, their union has fallen apart after just 2 years. Sources close to the situation reveal that Kourtney is heartbroken over the split. She's confided in those she trusts, sharing that she gave it her all to save the relationship. But sometimes, even giving everything just isn't enough. Let's take a step back and revisit the whirlwind journey that led to this point. From the moment their romance went public, Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker became the talk of Hollywood, their relationship drawing constant attention. Their love story had all the makings of a modern fairy tale, complete with Travis's unforgettable beach proposal in Montecito, California, in October 2021, less than a year after they began dating. Though Kourtney's kids were initially hesitant about the engagement, the two families eventually blended beautifully, creating what seemed like the perfect picture of unity. Their time together was filled with milestones that made their bond feel unshakable. They celebrated their love with multiple weddings.
How much better I feel when I'm not on it as much. And I do think it's important, for work or, there's moments when I think it makes sense, but I try to almost give myself limits like, okay.
Thrilled fans with the news of Kourtney's pregnancy and welcomed their son, Rocky 13th Barker, in November 2023. During this period, Kourtney radiated a joy and confidence fans had never seen before, leading many to believe she was truly living her best life. But as Hollywood often teaches us, what glitters isn't always gold. The first signs of trouble in their seemingly idyllic relationship surfaced when Travis's past infidelity came back into focus. The situation is made all the more complicated by the fact that Kourtney was aware of Travis's shaky history with monogamy from the very beginning. He had been brutally honest about his past, admitting to cheating on his ex-wife, Shanna Moakler, with an unbelievable 13 women at the same time. And this wasn't a one-off incident. Travis also confessed to being unfaithful during the early days of his first marriage to Melissa Kennedy. Even before going public with Kourtney, Travis had been vocal about his hesitations regarding monogamy. He often spoke about his love for independence and his unease with long-term commitment. But the real bombshell in this unfolding drama, it involves none other than Kim Kardashian herself, adding an unexpected twist to an already explosive story. The drama reached a fever pitch when Travis's ex-wife, Shanna Moakler, dropped a bombshell accusation. Travis had allegedly had an affair with Kim Kardashian during their marriage. Shanna claimed to have caught them in the act, a scandalous revelation that cast a shadow over Kourtney and Travis's relationship. This long-buried secret resurfaced with a vengeance.
I want to start getting a house in the middle of nowhere. Literally in the woods.
Yeah.
Like a tiny cottage.
Yeah. That you could just
and
hang.
like Sleeping Beauty.
We're cameras,
Where
mommy.
are we?
Totally.
Right.
I need it. And every time I travel though,
After the birth of Kourtney and Travis's son, reigniting old rumors about Kim and Travis's alleged romance and shaking the family to its core. After years of whispers and outright denial, Kim finally broke her silence, admitting to the affair during a fiery family confrontation. While she maintained it was purely physical and devoid of any emotional connection, the truth landed like a bomb. According to insiders, Kourtney's reaction was explosive, so much so that she reportedly tried to physically attack Kim. It was only Khloé's quick thinking and intervention that prevented the altercation from escalating further. The aftermath of this revelation left the Kardashian family reeling and put Kourtney and Travis's already fragile marriage on even shakier ground. Kim's revelation wasn't just shocking, it was devastatingly cruel. In what seemed like a calculated move to push Kourtney's buttons, Kim shared intimate details about how her connection with Travis began. She described how they got close while watching a movie together in bed, a moment that led to their physical encounter. While Kim insisted it was a one-time mistake and claimed there was no real romantic connection,
She's seeing all the things I'm saying about her behind her back. The tension rises all over again, and then you have to wait more months for the audience to see it and get everyone else's opinions. So it is a cycle. I think I like to look at it as therapy.
Insiders suggest she appeared to relish revealing these details, adding fuel to the fire. To complicate matters further, despite Kim's insistence that it was a fleeting lapse in judgment, sources reveal that Travis continued pursuing her for some time afterward. This lingering interest only deepened the betrayal Kourtney felt. Struggling to process it all, Kourtney withdrew from everyone, needing time to reflect on what this revelation meant for her and her marriage. According to Kris Jenner, Kourtney spent several days in isolation, grappling with her emotions and deciding how to move forward amid the chaos. When Kourtney finally mustered the strength to confront Travis about the affair, she went into the conversation hoping they could find a way to salvage their relationship. But instead of resolution, the discussion quickly devolved into yet another heated argument. Frustrated and emotionally drained, Kourtney blurted out that maybe they should just end things since they couldn't seem to stop fighting. What truly stunned her wasn't the suggestion itself, it was how quickly Travis agreed, saying they should file for divorce. Those close to Kourtney say she didn't mean the comment seriously, but Travis's readiness to call it quits cut her deeply. In the days that followed, Travis attempted to walk back his words. Sources reveal he apologized, claiming he spoke out of exhaustion from the endless arguments, particularly those involving Kim. But it was too late.
I just felt maybe not at my best. I remember just going with him and all the kids, whether we'd go to church or to an art museum or we went to the Happiness Museum one time with all the kids.
And he loves that shit with you. Like, he loves Disney.
The fragile trust in their marriage had already been shattered, leaving Kourtney feeling like there was nothing left to hold on to. The tension between Kim and Kourtney wasn't just another family squabble. It became a constant thorn in the side of Kourtney's marriage. What makes this even more intriguing is how the rest of the Kardashian-Jenner clan seemed to turn a blind eye to Kim's behavior, almost enabling it. Insiders suggest this dynamic stems from Kourtney's unique role as the only sibling who regularly challenges Kris's control, creating a noticeable strain in their mother-daughter relationship. And here's the real kicker. Sources claim that Kris knew about Kim and Travis's past romance the entire time, but chose to stay silent. Her reasoning? Supposedly, she wanted to spare Kourtney's feelings, but ironically, this secrecy only magnified the eventual fallout. The betrayal cut so deep that Kourtney reportedly confessed, "I don't trust my own family, my own blood, one bit." It's a heartbreaking revelation that speaks volumes about the fracture within the Kardashian inner circle. Even though Travis adamantly denied having an affair with Kim, Kourtney couldn't shake the unease caused by his past crushes on her sister. These lingering doubts made family gatherings a minefield for Kourtney, who constantly felt on edge whenever Travis and Kim were in the same room. In a candid moment, Kourtney admitted that their connection had always unsettled her, especially when they were alone together. She couldn't help but worry they might reignite whatever had once existed between them. The strain deepened when Travis resumed touring with his band. Kourtney revealed that during these tours, he often became unreachable, so much so that even his bandmates claimed they had no idea where he was. Left at home with mounting anxiety, Kourtney struggled with the lack of communication.
Instrument came back.
Yeah, so I went to the restroom, everything was fine, and I come back and I see Scott being dragged out of the club by security guys, and he's screaming at people with pointing his finger, and I had no idea what happened, so instantly I was like,
This growing distance became a significant source of tension in their marriage, with Kourtney feeling increasingly disconnected and mistrustful of her husband's actions. In recent months, Kourtney tried everything to keep Travis close, but the more she reached out, the more distant he seemed to become. There was a moment of hope after a heartfelt conversation where they both agreed to give each other space to rediscover the love they once shared. For a while, this approach seemed to work. Kourtney even found a way to make peace with Travis's history with Kim, choosing to focus on the future rather than the past. But just when it seemed like they were turning a corner, a new storm hit the Kardashian-Barker household. With Travis's new tour set to kick off on June 20th, the looming separation began to reopen old wounds. Hoping to strengthen their bond before he left, Kourtney suggested they spend a romantic weekend together. However, Travis's lackluster response raised major red flags, leaving Kourtney questioning his commitment yet again. This disconnect reignited doubts that she had worked so hard to push aside, further straining their already fragile relationship. Here's the moment everything came crashing down. According to exclusive sources, Kourtney's gut feeling that something wasn't right led her to take a step she'd never taken before. While Travis was in the shower, she decided to check his phone, and what she found turned her world upside down. Among his messages were exchanges with a woman Kourtney didn't recognize. When she confronted him, Travis brushed it off, claiming the texts were strictly work-related, but Kourtney wasn't convinced. Determined to get to the truth, she tracked down the mystery woman and reached reached out to her directly.
10 years. So it's like,
Oh.
it does make it really easy. Like we just all know each other and each other's intentions. And I think
love
it
that.
makes it easy.
Do you have a favorite tattoo of his?
The Kourtney, of course.
Kourtney is the best
He
one.
also
What she uncovered confirmed her worst suspicions. The messages had nothing to do with work. Armed with this damning evidence, Kourtney confronted Travis again. This time, his reaction was even more shocking. Instead of explaining or apologizing, he flat out stated that he genuinely wanted a divorce. Since that explosive moment, the couple has completely cut off contact, leaving their once celebrated romance in ruins. It's a heartbreaking end to a relationship that many thought would stand the test of time. This unraveling saga has left Kourtney pointing fingers squarely at Kim, accusing her of playing a significant role in the collapse of her marriage. Kourtney believes that Kim's romantic history with Travis has been an ongoing source of tension, one she could never fully escape. She's even brought up allegations that Travis cheated on Paris Hilton with Kim years ago, worrying that history might be repeating itself in her own marriage. These explosive accusations have sent shockwaves through the Kardashian-Jenner clan, exposing cracks in their family dynamic. For Kourtney, the betrayal cuts even deeper when viewed against the backdrop of Kim's behavior during her pregnancy. Kourtney endured a harrowing journey to conceive, including multiple rounds of IVF and life-saving surgery. Despite this, Kim chose to stir up drama instead of offering her sister the support she desperately needed.
really gone back and watched.
Right. I really see you come to life, like you find your voice and you find your footing like after a few years. And,
Yeah.
and even the sound of your voice changes.
I
And-
know, that's the biggest mystery to me and my sisters. We are blown away.
One of the most painful moments for Kourtney came shortly after she returned home from the hospital. Rather than showing care or concern, Kim initiated a confrontation that cut deeply. She made a particularly cruel remark saying, "Your kids have even come to me with problems they have." This comment hit Kourtney where it hurt most, undermining her role as a mother while painting Kim as the more capable and trusted parent. But this tension didn't arise overnight. The strain between the sisters had been brewing for years, and the details of their crumbling relationship are shocking. In one particularly heated exchange with Khloé, as Kourtney opened up about feeling mistreated by the family, Kim abruptly chimed in to label her the least appealing to look at. The sting of that comment lingered, but Kim's behavior at Kourtney's wedding to Travis took things to another level entirely, revealing just how fractured their bond had become. Kourtney's wedding in May 2022 should have been one of the happiest days of her life, but Kim's actions cast a shadow over the celebration. Instead of sharing in her sister's joy, Kim exuded resentment, repeatedly redirecting conversations to her own wedding experiences. The situation reached an unbearable climax during Travis's son's touching speech. As he poured his heart out, thanking Kourtney for being an incredible mother figure and teaching him what real love looks like, Kim shockingly interrupted.
My best to make it happen. So when I was 9 years old, the show The Real World came out. I remember me and my best friend Allison were sitting and it debuted. And I looked at her and I go, this is what I want to do. I want to be on a reality show.
Really?
And I was like, when we're 18, can we make an audition tape and send it in?
Telling him to tone it down. Months later, when Kourtney tried to address this behavior, her efforts were met with indifference. Kim brushed it off with a callous comment, "It's not that original. Everyone does it." Hurt by her sister's inability to let her have the spotlight even for a day, Kourtney expressed how much it pained her. But Kim remained dismissive, unwilling to acknowledge the impact of her actions. The final blow came when Kim launched a campaign that blatantly mimicked elements from Kourtney's wedding, an act that felt like a complete disregard for her sister's special moments. For Kourtney, it was the ultimate betrayal, deepening the rift between them and leaving her to wonder if they could ever mend their relationship. The Kardashian family dynamics have taken an even darker turn, with Kris Jenner's actions adding to the turmoil. When Kourtney faced a critical moment and was rushed to the hospital for emergency surgery, Kris arrived, not to comfort her daughter, but with a camera crew in tow, seemingly prioritizing potential content over Kourtney's well-being. But this time, Kourtney wasn't about to let it slide. She confronted her mother head-on, catching Kris off guard with her newfound assertiveness. This bolder, more independent version of Kourtney has been shaking up the family dynamic. In a powerful move, she chose not to inform Kris about her pregnancy initially, letting her mother discover the news online with the rest of the world. According to sources close to the family, Kourtney has been intentionally keeping significant parts of her life private, tired of Kris's relentless pursuit of fame and her tendency to turn personal moments into public spectacles.
And now after doing it, I see how crazy it is and I see why people freak. But it wasn't ever really like super official. And so Lorne Michaels came in town and had lunch with me and my mom and officially asked me to do it. And
this shift has left Kris scrambling for control while further deepening the divide between her and Kourtney. Looking ahead, Kourtney has drawn a firm line with her family, making it clear that she needs space to focus on what truly matters, caring for her newborn son. Fully aware of how Kim and Kris might attempt to spin her personal struggles into a publicity opportunity, Kourtney is determined to keep them from turning this chapter of her life into another media circus. The silver lining in all this chaos is that Kourtney is finally standing up for herself. By setting firm boundaries, she's reclaiming control over her life and refusing to let her family's toxic dynamics dictate her happiness. Unfortunately, her relationship with Kim remains strained, with Kim seemingly unable to resist grabbing the spotlight, even during Kourtney's most vulnerable moment. What Kourtney needs now more than ever is support, positivity, and the freedom to fully enjoy these precious moments with her baby. This time in her life is too important to be overshadowed by family drama, and Kourtney is committed to protecting it at all costs. This unfolding saga brings up serious questions about the future of the Kardashian-Jenner family dynamics. With Kim seemingly following Kris's lead in prioritizing fame and public image over genuine family bonds, Kourtney is taking a starkly different path. She's focused on her personal well-being and building authentic relationships, even if it means distancing herself from the family's trademark drama. How this divergence will impact the family in the long term remains to be seen. But one thing is clear: the Kardashian-Barker divorce drama is far from over. Be sure to like and subscribe to stay in the loop on this developing story. I'll keep a close watch on the situation and bring you the latest updates as they happen. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's dive into this drama together.